Hoggers, y'all, and welcome back to Incensed, a Pokemon GO podcast. I'm Casual Coops, and with me, the man who evolves into Mega Mr. Milos is Pogo Milo UK. The man who Gech nicht auf der Jacknacht Wasserwallen is Ian Waterfall. The man who always has 3 drinks when we record is Masterful27. And we also have the man who doesn't have an intro for his videos. It's Echo. Boys, how are you all?
They're good Coops.
Do you know what that means, Ian?
Yeah, it means very good Coops. Sexy.
No. Did you know what it meant, what I said?
I will do when I listen back. I actually wasn't paying too much attention, but you was speaking German.
I think I said it really badly, but it actually means don't go chasing waterfalls in German, apparently.
That's why you were singing it before.
That's why you were singing it. Oh,
I love it, man. I love it. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. Marky, I was going to say Mogo. Who's Mogo? Milo?
No, special guest, Modo.
Are you all right, though, boys, yeah?
Yeah. Anyway, happy 38th.
yeah, happy 38th, buddy.
Fuck off. Yeah, so I've had an amazing birthday week, to be fair, and I'm not 30 yet. I'm 18, I'm 28. And also, I do just want to say, I know Milo joked and he said special guest, we do actually have Echo Games on. Echo Games was on episode, oh God.
The one that was fucked up, that's all I know.
7 or 8. I think it's episode 7 or 8.
Let's wait for Ian to go.
I think it might have been episode
7.
15. I think it was 15.
Was it 15? Let me just check. Let me just go back.
Well, Echo, welcome back, mate. We're glad you're here, mate. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming on and having a little bit of banter about us. And I'll be honest, when we recorded Reversal's episode, my sound was so shit, I apologised. Do you want to apologise for the shit sound on your episode?
Listen, I only feel bad because Milo had to go through the however long that was of editing that, trying to clean it up. And when I listened to it back, I'm like, oh my God, how awful was it before he cleaned it up?
Was that a soundboard? Was that the soundboard?
That was a soundboard. Yeah, that was a soundboard.
Milo can speak when he's drinking. He's advanced it now. He's
It's a talent.
And Milo, close but no cigar, episode 16. I was way out.
16.
I should really know. I edit all of the bloody things.
Exactly, mate.
You probably wanted to black that one out.
Yeah, true. But you've got a mic right, mate. You're ready to go, bruv.
Yes.
So, boys, what's everyone drinking? That's the first question. What's everyone got? What's everyone saying? Mark, I want to know all your 3 concoctions that you've got.
Blowies.
I've got coffee.
Yep.
I've got water.
Oh, fuck off. Have you actually got 3 again?
Okay.
I did it as
You
a
got
piss
3.
I've got a little glass of champagne.
He's got the full trilogy.
Milo, what were
Wait.
you doing? You had the perfect opportunity to you go from a coffee.
I haven't loaded that one.
Oh, he hasn't.
Oh, man.
Give me a second. You go from a cup of coffee to a blowy.
Mark, I actually did that as a piss take. That's fucking jokes. What about you, Ian? Are you on the Vasa?
Vasa, man.
Mega Milos?
I've got myself a little Fireball whiskey on ice.
It's got ice this time, Milo.
It does, yes. It's actually survived the
You're on the water
pre-recording.
as well then, Milo, technically.
Sure, Mr. Vassafal, or Vaseline as I thought it was.
And what about you? Echo.
I feel like death, so I just have a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr.
Wasn't
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper the drink that when you were younger, people used to say, like, hide your sperm count? Is that right? Or have I made that up? Have I made that up?
I don't know, but I've always been told that you can tell your sperm count is too high if she has to chew before she swallows. So if you drink Dr. Pepper, take that out of the equation.
Fucking hell. Echo, we're not even 5 minutes in, for fuck's sake.
We've got from penis to balls to sperm talk. We're going the whole...
Do you know what's funny? Do you know when I know it's
You're going
crude?
the whole
It's
9
crude.
inches. Cock.
Yeah, but I know it's crude when Milo even like face palms himself. I know that. It's rude when I can see Milo going, no, that was too far.
You know.
But I'm glad everyone's got a boys. Cheers, by the way. Cheers to 38.
What are you drinking, Coops?
Lost.
He's only 2 years away from the 40-year-old virgin.
Mate, I'm drinking a San Miguel, actually. That's what I've got.
I approve.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, it wasn't a Peroni
You
tonight.
can almost imagine Milo. Hi, I'm Milo, and I approve this message.
I approve, San Miguel. Give us the sponsorship deal now.
Yes.
Boys, could you imagine if we ever got a sponsorship deal?
We've got one tonight, guys. Have I not told you about it?
Who?
What have you lined up?
Who?
Well, they're moving out of one market and they want to give some smaller creators some sort of exposure. Is that the right terminology?
I wouldn't use the term exposure.
No, that's what they're moving away from. Sorry. Anyway, this week's edition sponsored by OnlyFans. But anyway, moving on.
And just like clockwork, I just love the fact we just said OnlyFans and we're now about to get the jingle where it goes ding, but just like clockwork, it's time to pop an incense and collect your 6 spawns.
I don't have one.
You don't have one? Well,
you don't have to if it's not effective for you.
Yeah, if incense is a load of shit, we don't recommend using it.
Echo, I reckon if you're actually at a hotel, I reckon you get more wild spawns than you would off an incense anyway.
Yeah, the cluster here is pretty decent. I tried to submit a Pokestop 4 times, but yeah, that didn't work. Apparently a mural at a hotel is seasonal or temporary.
Really?
You've had that as well, mate. We submitted a croquet pitch here in Ealing, and it's claimed to be a temporary structure.
Yeah.
Is that because you take the hoops down when you're finished?
That's what I said. I was like, it's a mural that's in the lobby of my hotel. You're talking about it's fucking temporary. They can just take that down when they feel like it.
Or just knock the wall through.
Echo,
that's seasonal.
You're the only person I know who's at a hotel long enough to actually want to get a Pokestop on it. You get to a room and go, you know what? I could have 2 or 3 here.
I usually submit them the first day we get here because if it gets approved, then I'll have it for at least a couple of months.
You make a good point. But do let us know on Twitter at Incensed Podcast if you do get a shiny whilst listening to this week's episode, so we can give you a like and a GG's, and also you could have a chance to feature in my favourite segment of the show, which Echo is doing tonight, Shinies of the Week. Pog. Now, Mark, funny that you say this, but I know that us as 4 best friends that anyone could have, we've actually bantered about OnlyFans and we've cracked a few jokes, and OnlyFans is like an on-running sort of joke for the podcast. But unfortunately, from October, boys, we will no longer be allowed to joke about OnlyFans because...
Blowies.
we kind of will, but not in the same vein that we have been doing.
Well, yeah, because
veiny,
Echo...
huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very veiny. It's very veiny, Echo.
Echo, do you want to drop the bad news? Well, I think for everyone, including us, for our most important joke.
Yeah, starting October, due to a change in advertisements, OnlyFans has decided they will begin banning pornographic material. Whatever shall we do?
Fuck off.
So guys,
No.
so if you do want to jump on to see me and Milo, you've only got another 2 months left.
Yeah, literally,
Your
subscribe
subscription
soon.
now.
You've only got a bit of time. You're running out of time. But that is mad. That is the boldest move that they could have ever made. But anyway, enough of the banter. Let's get into my favourite part. Yay, it's the games. This is Sorry, Mark, I just hate them. This is the getting to know you. We still haven't had someone sing over that, have we?
Not yet.
No.
Now, boys, your question for today is, obviously, you guys can jump in whenever you want, okay? You guys can jump in whenever you want. But your question is, what's your favourite sex position?
Doggy.
No, I'm joking. Fucking hell. No, I'm
It's
playing.
the cheek clapping.
Damn right. Damn right.
There's just something about it, isn't there, Milo?
What is
Do you want to
happening
mute yourself,
right
Coops,
now?
and we'll have this conversation?
Yeah. What, I love the fact I was only taking the fucking piss and you lot are like, yeah, doggy.
Yeah, but the thing is, we all agree.
I'll be honest. I'm a basic missionary kind of guy. But let's move on to the actual
Give me the
question.
helicopter anytime.
You like when he looks into your eyes, Coops?
Fuck's sake. Stop, Echo.
If we're going to go down this road, you mean cowgirl's quite nice as well.
Echo. I will move you from this room.
You don't have the power.
Actually, that's true. Only Milo can remove somebody tonight.
And it looks like it's going to be me, probably.
You're winning at the moment, Coops. You're winning.
For real. But no, boys, all jokes aside, keeping it, I know we batted a
Actually,
bit
Mark,
about...
do you want to do as a poll? Do you want to see what people's favourite sex position is?
Is that a bit much? I don't know, is it?
It could be something like commemorate only.
No, do you know what Sue just said? And this is brilliant. She just said, from pub lads to locker room bros in just under 3 minutes.
To the gutter in 5.
Oh, damn. I blame you, Echo.
How the fuck is it my fault?
It is. It's always your fault. Can I ask? You work for Niantic. Can I actually ask the question now?
Can you imagine?
Yeah, shoot with the real question.
Okay, so the real question is, jokes aside, keeping it on the same lines as sex and drugs and rock and roll. What's your funniest or most awkward moment that you've had whilst being on a date? Who wants to go first?
I don't, because I'm a smooth operator.
Ooh. Okay. I didn't know we were playing Flex It Up. Flex It Up.
He's got to win, Coops. He's got to win.
It's my game.
It's my game. It's my game.
Oh,
no, I purposely didn't upload
that
that this morning. I didn't do it because I've literally not had a chance yet.
So, Milo, all jokes aside, you've never had a
date.
It's just nothing.
Well, he must have lived with his girlfriend, didn't he, until last year?
It was an arranged relationship, Ian. He met her when she was 16 and they lived together.
That's how we do it in the West Country.
Oh, go on then, Marky boy.
Mine's going to seem more risque than Milo's, even though mine's really fucking tame. But anyway, when I was living in Stratford-upon-Avon, I had the opportunity to go and watch a production at the RSC Theatre. That's what you do when you go on dates with girlfriends. That's certainly when you live in Stratford.
Certainly in Stratford-upon-Avon.
In Stratford-upon-Avon, certainly. And I made that fatal error of telling my mates I was going to the theatre on a date. So her parents were there, she was there, and we were in the theatre. And first part of it, really good or fantastic. Is it the interval they call it, Milo? You're well educated. Is it the interval?
Intermission, is it?
Intermission?
Intermission's American, I think.
Oh, the break, anyway.
Interval.
The break in it. I turn my phone on, go to the lobby, go to the message. Yeah. They messaged me, said, you was got a date. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm at the theatre. Oh, cool. Is it going well? Yeah, it's going well. Going really well. Anyway, leave my phone on. Fatal error. Fatal fucking error. Left my phone on, put it in my bag, coats over it, sat there. My mate, who thought he'd chance it because he thought it'd be funny to do it, and what fucking idiot leaves their mobile phone on when they're in the theatre? Probably about half hour into the second bit of it, my phone, loud as anything, starts fucking ringing in the middle of the theatre, and I couldn't get my phone quickly. It dropped down the front of the thing to behind the seats of the people in fucking.
That's just unfortunate.
And there's a moment where I was going, just pretend it's not mine. Just pretend it's not mine. And her parents just looked at me as if to say,
just abandoned it.
He's a twat. He's a fucking twat. But yeah, that was my worst experience. I'm going to share with you guys anyway on a date.
15 years later, nothing's changed. He's still a twat. And Ian, what about you?
Well, mine's just fairly awkward. Now, you could argue it's
Really?
not technically a date, but... Pardon?
It was when you said it's awkward, I was like, going, it's not going to be anything
No,
other
mine
than
was just
awkward, is it?
Mine was just a real... Milo, that was not warranted.
Something had to go in there.
So yeah, mine's just a really awkward situation. It wasn't so much a date, but quite newly together with a girlfriend, and she was directing and producing a university college sort of play, a production. Given the fact that I have a little bit of musical background, she'd asked me to help out in the sound booth, syncing music, making sure audio was okay, that sort of thing. So I was up in the sound booth doing the thing. She called me down to the stage about 5-10 minutes before the show was due to start, and she's like, Ian, meet my parents. Oh, fuck. My face just dropped. Literally, it really just dropped because I wasn't expecting it. She hadn't said anything, hadn't dropped any hints, and I just didn't know what to say. I actually couldn't even speak English. I was like... So, absolutely fucking great first impression.
He started speaking German. He's like, Wasserwahlen,
I wasn't
Wasserwahlen.
speaking German. I wasn't speaking anything. It was just literally non-coherent babble. So the thing is, really nice people, shockingly bad first impression, and yeah, I don't think I ever really recovered from that first encounter.
GG's.
So anyway, Echo Man, what about yours?
I've got a better one than I was telling you guys earlier. This is probably my most embarrassing of all. 17 years old.
I just want to apologise to everyone. We have no idea what he's about to say. So,
No.
Okay, here we go. Over to you.
We'll start this by saying it was my first time on film and I didn't volunteer it.
OnlyFans?
I was with a girl who had very, very overprotective parents, and her father was also a tech engineer.
Oh no, you're not going there.
They were staying late at work one day, and I had just gotten out of school, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go over to her house and hang out. So go over to her house and did the deed. As I'm walking out the front door to light a cigarette, her phone rings. She answers it. She puts it on speaker because it's her dad. I'm trying to refrain from saying a word. He says, "So how was your company?" She goes, "I didn't have any company. What are you talking about?" As I hear the fax machine in the room go off.
Oh, no.
She walks over to the fax machine and it printed out a still picture of me walking out the door shirtless with a cigarette hanging off of my lip. Come to find out, he had put a motion sensitive webcam in the living room that fed directly to his office.
Oh shit.
So come to find out, I had just starred in my first couch confessional without my permission.
So there's been more since. I have a feeling, Echo. Tell me if I'm wrong. That everything that involves young people and sex feels like a part in the film American Pie. Is it like
Yes.
that? Everything, is it like that?
Yes.
I would also like to point out that in lieu of him completely banning me from being at his house or continuing to see his daughter, we were together for another 2 years after that. He decided to send a copy of all of it to my parents as well because they knew each other. Instead of punishing me and me being grounded for it, my mom has spent the last 10 years telling that at every family party they can.
That's just unfortunate.
It feels like the time before you could share photos on Facebook, doesn't it? Sharing images on fax machines, doesn't it?
Yeah. He was the only son of a bitch I knew that had a fax line from his work to his house. And
It's like on Back to the Future 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if I find that funny or creepy, the fact he printed off the picture of you.
Watching your daughter get the D's, you don't want to be doing that, do you?
well, no, see, I don't think that he expected that. I just think that was when the motion kicked the camera on. And see, now if that would have been me on the receiving end of that camera popping up, I'd have gone and strangled somebody. But he let me finish.
Oh God, Echo, for fuck's sake.
There's nothing worse than being interrupted, is there really? Let's face it.
Yeah, you don't want to get a phone call mid-stroke and ruin the mood.
Okay. What is happening? We've turned into some sex and relationship podcast tonight.
Well, we need something to talk about when Pokemon GO goes away.
Right?
Oh.
It feels like Community Day again, doesn't it? Where we were all sexually frustrated.
Wait, what the fuck? Milo, what the fuck is going on?
Wait. He just made that seem way more weird than it actually is. I don't know why he just said that. I honestly don't know why he just said that.
We'll leave that in because that was good for the awkwardness. Who's next? Is it
Coops?
Coops?
It's Coops' turn.
Coops, finish us off.
Finish us off.
No, don't say that! Don't say that!
Finish us off, Coops. Come on.
Come on, Echo's flufters.
What's it? Right place, wrong time.
How the fuck did I turn into the fluffer?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Right. I need to get this back on track. So my boys promised me no more sex. Okay, no more sex. No more sexual innuendos. We're done.
You go from a cup of coffee to a blowy.
I think this is the first time ever with the half-hour mark we've not got past the first question.
Oh, we actually fucking are.
Maybe I should have stayed asleep.
There'll be no games. There'll be no games.
Coops, focus. So we're going to move from being a sex pest into my one. My one's a bit awkward. My one is definitely definitely not good. So typical Coops. He goes on a date and he's trying to make the lady feel a little bit sort of comfortable, and as we do, want to make her feel comfortable, want to make them feel happy, and that you're not some sort of fucking weirdo. So bruv, this is a serious story. I'm trying to get to know each other, and she's asking about my family, and in typical Coops tradition, I'm trying to bust a joke which clearly wasn't funny, and she asks about what did my mum do, what did my dad do, what does my brother do, and I say, oh, my brother's dead. Haha, jokes. No, he's not. Not a funny joke. Haha, boys, can you just fake laugh for me? Ha 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 ha. See, not funny, right? Anyway, bless her. When it actually came to her, and I was asking what her siblings and what her family does, bruv, I felt terrible because one of her siblings had actually passed away, bro. Can you believe that actually happened to me? And from that day on, I have never, ever, ever, and I never will bust a joke like that ever again. So
that's just unfortunate.
But there you go. So that was needed. So that was my one.
How can busting a joke about a dead brother make somebody comfortable on a date?
Well,
my brother just died last week.
No, it wasn't. It's more like when you say something, when someone goes, "Oh, shut up, you whore," and then you reply and go, "Your mum's a whore." It's kind of like it was like that type of humour, but obviously didn't go down very well at all. So
that's why she said, "My
6 feet down."
yeah, and it's as bad as my dad one day saying to someone, "Congratulations on your pregnancy," and she turned around and said, No. She said, no. She said, "What do you mean? I've got a hernia." That's what she said.
Ooh.
So it was like one of them ones. So that was definitely my most awkward moment by far. And apologies, Laura, if you're listening. Apologies for that. But so that was
Coopsy.
Was that the soundboard?
Coopsy.
Good soundboard clip.
Milo is working.
I think that was the most serious reaction we've ever had to a soundbite.
Yeah, but anyway, moving.
At least they're working this
I rate
week.
this 6 out of 10.
Was it 5 out of 7?
5 out of 7.
Anyway, boys, moving on from unfunny dead jokes to dead community days. We've obviously just recently had Eevee Community Day, which, as we could all agree, was fucking dead. It was shit. The Incensed podcast boys were all together, and I had a lovely day. What about you boys?
Yeah, we all came together, and it was a really good time.
No, we didn't.
Ian, I was going to say exactly the same thing.
You and me, Milo, same wavelength.
Ian, that was brilliant.
You guys put an 18+ disclaimer on this fucking thing, right?
Oh, it's on every week, Echo, don't you worry.
It has to be.
We're marked E for explicit.
Okay.
The day, the Saturday when the four of us were together, it was fucking jokes, wasn't it? We had a hella time. It was amazing.
It was a really, really good fun day. Less so about, obviously, the community. We just effed around most of the time, didn't we?
Well, yeah, we flew the drone. It didn't crash. We hired the bike, which was amazing.
I hated that.
Do you know what? I love the bike. Granted, it nearly killed me. Hot mess. But do you know what really pissed me off? Was when we took the bike back and that hot chick was there. She goes, "Oh, you could have hired one with the power assisted motor. Thanks for telling us."
That's so true. So, we've got battery assisted ones. So why didn't you give us one of those?
Where the fuck was that option?
Yeah, it's when the deposit was £100. That would have probably fucking curtailed us.
So come on then. We haven't done a prediction in ages, right? What's September's community day going to be? Because I know Mark and Mega Milos, I know you're both like, "Oh, we're so good at predictions. We're fucking smashing it." So by the time we record next week's episode, they should have released the next community day. So what's everybody's vote? What does everybody think it's going to be? And if you get it right, Echo will be giving you a blowy. If you get it right.
Assuming on September 1st they don't say that we're just shutting down the company.
Nothing's off the table at the moment, is it?
Yeah, for real.
Fucking hell, what's it going to be? Well, I think we've lost the opportunity for Hop It now, haven't we? That was very much a summer one, wasn't it? A springy summer one. So we're coming into autumn, aren't we, with September?
Well, here's my question. Are we going under the assumption that they might do another repeat or a Pokemon that's already shiny but hasn't been a community day? Or are we hoping that it will just be a new shiny in general?
Starly. I'm going to throw it out there. Starly for me.
I was thinking Starly because that was on the votes, was it a year, 18 months ago?
It was, yeah, and that needs a shiny 3-stage evolution, and it's a really good flying type.
If it isn't Starly, well, Coops has gone.
fact, Echo just made this really like big speech, and then you all just ignored him and went, Starling.
I'm married. I'm used to it.
I don't think anything's off the table, really, but Milo and I were talking about this before we recorded, funnily enough, Coops, and since you've not sent the show notes through, we didn't know this was going to come up. But Milo and I think there is a fairly good chance they could actually put Oshawott in next month, because
I hope not,
October is likely to be something Halloween-y, and they couldn't really put Oshawott in for October.
Yeah, Ghastly in October.
No.
Shut
No.
Yeah. Well, I've spoken to Milo as well, and I'm really soundboard.
Fuck off.
I'm really hoping for Litwick for October, but I just I don't know why. I'm just so bored of Frenzy
Yeah,
Plant.
we know Niantic are a bunch of bellends, so they'll pick, I don't know, Shuppet or something. Like something
Yeah.
Right. They're not going to give us anything new.
Yeah, or they'll forget Halloween even exists and they'll have Oshawott back-to-back months. There you go.
Okay, so just to wrap this up, Ian, Starly, Mark, Starly, Milo, Starly, Echo.
Weedle.
You know what? I wouldn't object to a Pidgey community today, actually.
I was going to say Pidgey, but I thought Weedle was funnier.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with Hoppip. I'm actually going to go with Hoppip. I think we are just ending off summer. I genuinely think it could be Hoppip. That's what I'm going with.
Well,
I think
September
it's,
technically is a summer month, isn't it? So it could be, yeah.
So yes, that's what I'm going with. Now we've guessed that, we can reconnect next week, innit, Marky Boy, and we can see what everybody said, and we can see who's right. And if it's Oshawott, then I quit. I quit. Oh, I hate that, but you know it's coming. Now, before we do talk about the sort of the main beef, the main clickbaity title of today's episode, we have introduced a new segment, and we haven't got a jingle, but I'm going to pass you over to Milo and Ian for the Counter Brothers.
Yes, we don't really know what we're doing at the moment. What we're going to do in this segment is kind of just go through some of its raid counters, isn't it? For
so
the next
Zacian is
legendary.
out as the next legendary, isn't it?
Yes, it's already arrived. It's been in raids for about 3 days by the time you're listening to this. It's crap, just to let you know. It's pretty bad, but we'll take you through some of the counters. Ian, do you want to do the first one?
Well, yeah, I mean, Zacian is a fairy type, so it is weak to poison and steel. Milo, give us some decent counters.
Indeed, on the steel side of things, you have Meteor Mash Metagross, Dialga with a full steel-type moveset, and Excadrill with a full steel-type moveset. And now over to Ian for the poison types.
The poison types, I mean, you've got Mega Gengar, with Lick and Sludge Bomb. Good counter. You've got Mega Beedrill with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb. Gengar with Lick and Sludge Bomb.
You've said that already.
No, I said Mega Gengar. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera. What was that, Echo?
He's pretending to suck a dick.
Other poison types. You've got Roserade with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb, and I think that is all that really I can think of, Milo.
That's about it. That's genuinely it. There's so few poison types, there's so few steel types.
Boys, stop, listen.
To me. You are brilliant. That's got the potential to sound brilliant if you got that right. It has got the potential to sound.
No, I liked it. I'm not gonna lie.
I did as well.
I was intrigued. I was like sitting here going, "Shit, I don't have a good Metagross."
That's what we're going for. I guess.
We're keeping it in.
I was thinking the same. I was like, I've got to Mega Evolve my Gengar for the first time. I was thinking the same.
That was brilliant.
I have 8 Metagross, and literally one of them is good IVs, and it's a shadow, and I haven't put any dust into it because it's a fucking shadow.
Do you want to know something? This is probably the first time in 28 weeks where we've actually been informational.
We've actually tried to be factual and it's gone wrong.
There was definitely some information in this one.
Don't power up a Shadow Metagross.
Can we nick something from Top Gear? Ian, we are ambitious but rubbish.
Why does that sound like a good song for like a 90s rock band? Ambitious but rubbish.
Oh, I'm fucking dying, but I tell you what, boys, what a way to debut the new segment, The Counter Brothers. Make sure you let us know on Twitter what you think.
Moving forward, we might be a little bit more fluid, or we might just keep it this raw.
What was that about fluids?
Fluids and raw, Milo. Fluids and raw.
Oh my god. I'm done.
Good.
I almost did what Coops did on Saturday. Oh shit.
Milo, I just want you to know I'm sorry and I still love you.
Yeah, we've just
cut
given
this
Milo
talk.
an extra 20 minutes worth of work in this section.
If I don't get invited back, I'll see you guys when I get to London.
You're welcome back anytime.
I apologise as well, guys, because I've started some shitstorm on Twitter when I just put the question about OnlyFans. Now I've got a debate about it being a safe place for sex workers and how it's all going.
Oh no, you've opened a can of worms. No.
I told you should have asked the other question, Mark.
I really hope Pokemaster Holly doesn't follow us, does she?
That's just
She
unfortunate.
does actually. I think she followed us after the Ayers Niantic.
Oh, she does follow us. Oh,
Yes.
Mark, we're getting blocked. We're getting blocked.
Yeah, I just read the few comments that are on there and I can just see a shit storm coming.
Maybe you should
Is it
just
bad?
retweet it,
Hold on.
Mark.
What I've put's not bad. It's what it's created off the back of the.
So far, 65% of people are pissed off at this decision.
People need their porn. That's the bottom line, isn't it?
Yeah, man, no more.
Okay, but
no,
Pornhub is free though. Like,
no more Titty Tuesdays. Damn.
Was that your rivaling the trainer club with that?
Is that what you're going to be posting on your channel, Coops, moving forwards? No more spotlight
got
at
Tiny
us.
Toss Tuesdays.
It's
You've got
Tuesday, so it's Titty Tuesday.
Titty Tuesday.
Tiny toss. Titty.
salad toss, what?
Are we really comparing Titty Tuesday to Tiny Toss Tuesdays? Oh,
Shit, where's this
fucking hell.
gone wrong?
Boys, I feel like we've nearly done an hour and we've not spoken about Pokemon
We have
Go.
47 minutes.
Let's move on, boys. Milo, Ian, thank you for the debut of the new segment. I appreciate it. Fucking hell, I'm going to start laughing again. But I did want to talk about a serious topic because obviously on Community Day, 100% IV. So that means wild spawns that are 100%, 15 attack, 15 defense, 15 HP. They show up on maps and you can go and get them and it comes up with a timer. It shows you the information, it shows you the CP, shows you the weather boost, all of that. And you can collect them and it's sort of a big opportunity for the community to get shundo checks. Now, for EV Community Day, Milo was lucky enough to get 2 shundos. One of them was off his Incensed, a Pokemon Go podcast. And
And he didn't even plug the podcast when he got it.
Exactly. And the other one was from maps. And obviously, you know, when a lot of creators post their YouTube videos about community days, obviously there's going to be a wild hundo that's spawned up on maps. And I see a lot of YouTube comments. A lot of people are genuinely really interested in this conversation. People are like, how do you see the hundos? Where do you see the hundos? How do you get the hundos? And obviously, I also know that there are a lot of people that are completely against maps and they're completely against people getting shundos from maps as well. This is the topic what I wanted to open up and talk about for 5-10 minutes, and that is spoofing. I'm not going to ask you guys if anybody's spoofed before because obviously, as we know, spoofing is basically illegal. It's in a nutshell, it's basically faking your GPS so that you can be sat at home and you could be in Pokemon Go or in a game, let's say in San Francisco, jumping in all the raids, catching all the shinies while sitting at home in the freezing cold in Alaska. #PokerAK. So
Oh yeah, actually speaking of him, Mark, did he ever block you? Because he blocked the rest of us.
I've been
You know
blocked
what
the
the
longest.
fucking joke it.
You win, Echo.
He blocked me. Literally, I have never spoken to this person in my entire
No.
life.
Still not blocked.
So you're the only one. He blocked me, and I've never interacted with him at all, like you, Echo.
So he
That's
blocked
why he
me.
blocked you, Ian.
He blocked me because one of his little followers came into my Discord wondering why in my YouTube, I have in my Discord a section where other YouTubers can post their videos where their channel link does it automatically. automatically, and his wasn't in there. And this guy came in and was like, well, why aren't you showing off PokeAK's videos? His are better than everybody else's. And I was like, dude, it's my Discord. I'll post who I want to. He went to PokeAK and told him that I was talking shit about his videos, and PokeAK blocked me because of it. Never asked me, never talked about it, just straight up, oh, he's talking shit, blocked.
The audacity to come into your Discord and go, you're not promoting the person I like.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
like Cartman, wasn't it? Yeah, it's like Cartman. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
So, Echo, do you want to take this chance to apologise to PokeAK or no?
Can we all guess?
Let's go around the table.
You said to keep it light from here on out, so I'm going to keep it light. But other than that, fuck you, PokeAK.
We've got a competition. Just if anyone wants to enter it, you can win a PokeAK pin badge. If anyone wants
That's why you're not blocked. You've got the pin. We haven't.
Oh, it's all falling into place.
Do you want to know the story behind the pin?
No,
We've got time for the
not
story
right now.
behind the pin. No, okay.
After the show.
Mark, I'm joking.
What is happening tonight?
Mark, I'm taking the piss, bruv. Tell the story.
No, I'll tell you off the episode. It's cool.
Okay.
It's good.
I'm
It's
just
good.
going to say congrats to Sue in the chat. She just incensed the shiny Bidoof
Yeah.
Well done, Sue.
on the recording session.
Hold on, Sue. Your incense is shit, and you've got a shiny off it. That's
Getting
impressive.
12 spawns in the hour.
That's impressive.
Well, speaking of Bidoofs, let's get back to the Spidoo thing. Was that?
Yes.
Oh, God. Have you got a groan sound effect there, Milo?
Sorry, I need to go and be sick. Sorry.
So, boys, obviously we're all legitimate players, right? As a legitimate player, what's the most annoying part of spoofers being in Pokemon Go for you guys? Ian, we'll start with you.
For me, I've never been tolerant of spoofers. I just think it's a lazy way to play the game. The game's designed to get people out and about, playing out, walking around. So anyone that just sits on a fat ass all day and just spoofs from one location to another, I've got no time for. Sorry.
Don't hold back. Damn. And what's the most annoying part, like in Pokemon Go? Sorry, like about spoofers. What winds you up? Is it when you jump into a raid and you've got a few random spoofers that jump in? Is it when they knock you out before midnight to get you? What annoys you about spoofers in Pokemon?
It used to be the raid thing. Locally here, they used to call it air support, so they get spoofers to join raids if they didn't have enough in a lobby. For me, it's more the fact that these dickheads can spoof anywhere. They can shine. They can chase the new shiny. They're not having to wait for the spawns like the rest of us. They can literally just go anywhere. They can track each of the Pokemon on their map, and they can go to wherever the spawns are. So it's just a very lazy way to play it and get the shinies, like the rest of us are actually grinding for.
Interesting, Marky boy.
I've got to say that my opinion on spoofing is probably watered down a little bit over. I know I had my rant about it a couple of weeks ago, but like you said, I've made peace with the fact that nothing can be done by it now, so it happens. And you know, the problem with Pokemon Go is it's addictive, and some people, like you said, will go to any extreme to complete it. I guess is that a way of looking at it? Completing it, getting the shinies first, almost doing it. It's another week done, completed, move on. And I think when it was so obvious at the beginning, I did get very frustrated about it. It fucked me off. It really annoyed me. And Coops, you when I said it and I mentioned it, you were like, well, they're never going to do anything about it. It's obvious there's a reason why they won't do anything about it. So actually, I haven't made peace with the people doing it, but I've made peace with emotionally. It happens. So I haven't got any energy to really have a strong opinion against it anymore.
The thing that really F's me off, or it happens all the time here in London, is that the worst part of spoofing for me is that people who camp gyms all the time and they auto bury the fuck out of them, and they've been in there, you know, they've been in there long enough to get the gym gold, so they've been in there 20 plus days and they just camp it. They just camp it and camp it and camp it. It's just a really shitty way to play, because I mean, I know that there was an area not too far away from me that was just riddled with spoofers, and the locals couldn't actually get into their gyms at all because you had 6 spoofers all auto burying, and then there's no limit, so they're fucked on Pokecoins.
Milo, you make a good point, because it's really interesting, like how many spoofers there actually are. Because I live in a small, you know, you're in sort of central London, you know, west side, but for me, I live in, you know, a little area in South London. We've only got 6-7 gyms, but the amount of spoofers that are in those gyms is unbelievable. When you think to yourself, like, that's only in my area, and like you said, you know, not to be a melt, but they really do ruin the game. Like they genuinely do.
Certainly in that aspect. As in terms of them, you know, chasing shinies and hundos, I don't really give a fuck about that. I know it's it's how they play. You have to just watch out for it on Twitter, don't you? Like when I put on my top tier Pokemon and somebody replied with 6 Shundo Gibble, I'm like, well, you're just asking for Niantic support to go, you're against our terms of service. There's another style of spoofing which some, like Carrie Marty has pointed out in the chat, which I don't necessarily mind. Lifting zombies spoofs, but spoofs to a particular area and plays there. I don't really mind that. Plus, it means that we all get to see what an event is when it starts.
But he's sat at home, right? So he's not in that area.
Yeah, so he's not in that area. What I don't like is when I've seen streamers and stuff like who go to Facebook and YouTube and they're just hopping between 100% spawns.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's like just a time saver pack. For a game, you're just going to complete the game and get all the 100%ers instantly, and then you just go and Shundo check, and once you've got 6 Shundos of a certain Pokemon, you never click it again. For me, that I don't compute that in my brain. I'm like, why would you want to play Pokemon Go like that? It makes no sense, because you'll finish the game inside of a month.
Do you think that shows how attractive Pokemon Go is a game? And actually, of all the other Pokemon games out there that have played, people would rather play Pokemon Go like a computer game because it's that good. Do you think that there's an element to that? I'm just throwing it out there because, people play it like it's a computer game, don't they? That's what spoofing in essence is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You play it like a computer game.
I think they should allow spoofing when you've gone to the gym and done leg day. That's when they should allow spoofing. Yeah. Echo, what do you think? What's the most annoying part of spoofing in like your overall take on it?
Well, having lived in pretty much cities through the last 2 years, getting into gyms is probably the biggest pisser for me because literally, especially if you're trying to be free to play, like here where I am in the Seattle Bellevue area, that 50 coins I was talking about before we started recording is the first time I have ever gotten coins from a gym here, and I've lived here over 2 months. If I actually get the chance to post in a gym, I might be in it for 40, 50 seconds. That's no joke. They are literally taking gyms down the second a new party posts in there.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah. Like once you knock them out, they want to go right back in. They don't care about their coins because they're spoofers. So that's probably the only thing about it for me, because the other side of it, and people have come at me about this because my opinion usually stands, I don't give a shit how you play because I'm going to play how I play. And the biggest thing for me is probably every player here and every player in the game has benefited from spoofing in one way or another, i.e. maps are run by botted and spoofed accounts.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, and this is what I want to dive into really quickly. And I feel like that we're all hypocrites, really, because it's like I don't really care at the end of the day, but I don't like spoofers, and I think it's an unfair game of playing. But like you said, and I'm going to mention a few points after my next point, and we'll go through them. But if you're looking at, the 10 brackets under spoofing, I've basically done every single one. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, at the end of the day, am I a spoofer? I've asked my friends to help me out in a gym. I've logged onto my friend's account and done a trade. I've used Hundo Maps. So at the end of the day, even though I'm doing it in real life, am I spoofing? But before we dive into that, just one quick question. I want you boys to be honest with me and be completely honest. Have any of you guys had any personal experience with spoofing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, tell your story.
I used to have a secondary account. I've never done it on my main. I had no interest in the amount of money I've put on my main account. I had no interest in risking that whatsoever. On a secondary account, a friend of mine was actually working with one of the companies that developed one of the third-party apps to do it, and they needed a tester for it, and it came with, we'll load your account up with coins, passes, this and that. We want to see how long you can play, where you can go, cooldown times and stuff like that, so you don't actually get a ban. We want to know how to properly instruct people on it. I booted up the secondary account because it wouldn't even work on my iPhone. I had an old Android. I booted it up. I tried it out. And honestly, after an hour of doing it, it really just had no appeal to me because it was almost like just playing a handheld or computer simulated game. And for me, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to play on the Switch or a Game Boy or something. For me, Pokemon Go was, I've gone all over the world for it. So to sit there and look at it, I can't see the appeal from it. Now, the appeal from it for running it for maps, that was what they were testing it for, was they wanted to see how they could get the maps up and running in the area without losing the accounts, because getting the account up to level 30 so you can make sure everybody sees the same IVs and all of that, that costs money and time. So it was just helping them test to run a map. But after testing it to help run the map, I don't see the appeal in it.
Fair enough. No, I appreciate you being honest. And Marky Boy, what's your experience? Because I know that you pointed out, I know that Ian and Milo haven't, but...
I got myself in a bit of a position where I wanted the new Shinies every time there was an event on. And I'm going back to maybe sort of 3 years ago. It was around the time when I started making content. It was in that little bit before I really got into the making content. I've got a good friend of mine I met when I was in Europe. I'm not even going to say who it is, but they spoof.
Yeah, please don't say who it is.
I'm not going to. I wouldn't do it to a mate. And I got through the period of time where I'd have a good event playing it genuinely. I might get a couple of spare Shinies, and there'd be times where I didn't, and he'd have them. So I'd give him my GPS location coordinates. He would dial in, and he would initiate a trade, and we'd do a trade. You know, that's been involved in spoofing. It's not me spoofing, but me benefiting from it. And I would never, ever want to be a hypocrite, because I think that's kind of where I've sort of, my opinion on it's watered down a little bit, because actually, even maps tracking a hundos, you're benefiting off people cheating. So, and it all stems off that.
And that's what I'm saying to you. Unless you are walking down the high street, catching Pokemon and spinning stops, and you have to wait 4 years to do a trade with someone across the world, you are literally playing legit. Boys, do you want to hear my story, yeah? You ready?
Yeah.
So this is my story of spoofing, right? And obviously we're not judging here, but I think this will make you lot laugh. So in 2018, I just started Bodyguard, the musical. I was working with a boy, one of my friends called Danny, and he played Pokemon Go, but he was just a spoofer, like a really casual spoofer. He didn't want to play it legit, he was spoofing. And it was in August 2018, so if anybody wants to look me up. And there was an event, and it was like a triple, quadruple Stardust event. And back in those days, that was like, you know, rare, and that was like mad, that was like insane. So basically, he was begging me for like days and days and days. He was like, Coops, he said, just download this software, like just spoof, it's really fun, you're going to enjoy it, blah, 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 blah. So obviously, it got to the point after a few weeks, and I was intrigued, and I said, you know what? I said, fuck it. I said, let's do it. I said, on my account right now, I said, let's spoof. So he was at work one day, he downloaded all the software. This is going to make you lot die. He downloaded all the software and he logged me in, and I popped up on my map, on my game, in San Francisco, Echo, which I think for spoofers is like the main kind of place where you go. So I jumped on the game, and this is no word of a lie. You lot are going to piss yourself at this. I clicked on my first Pokemon using the little toggle. It was a Snubble, and it turned out to be a shiny Snubble.
You deserve that.
Right? And I looked at him and I said, Danny, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I logged out, I deleted the software, I deleted the Snubble, and guess what? About 2 days later, I got the 1 week ban, because you get like bans on your account. Yeah. So I have, and I'm being honest, and I hope no one judges me, I'm just opening up and being honest. I have 100% got the legit 1 week ban, and if I ever spoofed again, I'd get the month one, and then after that, it's the permanent one. So I can officially say, and on that ban, there's just like Pidgeys and Rattatas everywhere. It's just so weird. So yeah, so that was my
Coops. I'm going to be honest with you then. As we're all honest and real brothers, I've done it as well, mate. I did it on my iOS, on my Apple, when I had an Apple phone.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did it. And I remember when I was up in, me and Lisa went on the holiday, it was when Mew first came out, they had the quest line for Mew. Do you remember it all went to the 8-bit graphics? The 8-bit graphics on it. And I was away for a week. All I could find were fucking Pidgeys and fucking Rattata. And I needed to find a ghost type, and none of them spawned in the game because of that weak soft ban.
Mate, listen, you can tell I did mine on the triple Stardust one, but yeah, I'll never do it again. But I just kind of wanted to experience it. So, boys, right?
It's boring though. It's boring.
Yeah,
It's boring.
Right. So let's go around, right? Let's do a question. So what we'll do is we'll go Ian, Mark, Milo, Echo. Just say yes or no, okay? And we're gonna answer this, right? So
here's the quick fire round.
Yes, exactly. You need another jingle. Quick fire round. I want you guys to say yes or no, as in, do you class these as spoofing, okay? And then we're going to do another round afterwards, yes or no, to have you done it before, all right? So we'll just go Ian, Mark, Milo, Echo. Here we go. So, is logging in to someone's account and doing a trade or trading spoofing?
No.
No.
You're muted, Milo, but no.
Fuck's that. I said no.
No.
Okay, catching 100% IV Pokemon or PvP IVs from maps, is that spoofing?
Why would you want to catch a PvP IPV from...
Fuck off. you fucking twat. Yes or no?
Ian's brilliant. Ian's brilliant. That's good.
You're benefiting from spoofing, but you're not spoofing, so no.
I agree. You're not spoofing, so no.
No, you're not spoofing directly.
Agreed, no.
Okay, playing on someone's account. So, for example, putting the gotcha on your pocket for community days.
No, it's not, no.
No.
No. No spoofing. I would love to dive into explanation.
Same,
but
no,
Spitfire.
Let's say Moltres raid day, the same thing, but you're raiding on someone's account. So you're in a car, they can't attend, and you're doing 30, 40 Moltres raids on their account. The phone's in your pocket. Ian?
No.
Fucking hell. It's a... No.
No.
Echo?
No, correct. I agree with Ian.
Okay.
If the account is there, no.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I've got two more. Asking a spoofer friend or asking someone that you know for, as we joked about earlier, air support to help you out in a raid. Is that spoofing? Yes or no, Ian?
Yeah, somebody dialing in. You're not spoofing, but they are.
No, but it's benefiting you. So
Yeah,
if
you're benefiting, but you're not spoofing.
yeah, but is that spoofing? Yes or no? You're gonna.
If you're asking somebody, no, you're not spoofing, but they are when they dial in.
Okay, Mark.
As the account holder, no, you're not spoofing.
No, you're at the gym and you can't do it. You can't solo it. You ask your.
Yeah, no, but I'm not... I'm trying to see what Ian said. I'm not spoofing, though, because I'm still at that location with my account.
But just don't look at...
Oh, you mean... Oh, I know what you mean. I know. Yes, it is spoofing then, yes.
Yeah.
Because someone's moving their location to get there,
Yeah.
yes.
I would say yes. Spoofing.
Yeah.
And okay, last one. Obviously, we're just giving you examples. If someone can't do their daily streak, you log on for their account during the day and you spin a Pokestop and catch a Pokemon for them for their streak. Ian, spoofing, yes or no?
Yes, because you're logging in from a different location in a different account.
Oh, no.
I'd say absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this, and this is this is gonna be quite controversial because I like I said, for me, some are yes, some are no, but we are the most hypocritical people ever. And this is the issue with spoofing. And this is the issue that we have with spoofing. And it's the same what Mark just said to you, Ian. I'm not pointing you out. But how the fuck is it not spoofing if you're playing someone's community day in your pocket and they're not there, but yet it's okay to log on for someone, but it's because spoofing, logging
the way
on.
you ask, am I spoofing? No, they're spoofing because I'm logging into their account for them. They're the ones that are actually allowing that to be done.
Technically, in the circumstance that you're talking about there, their account and their phone, if you work out the timing and everything, they are technically present at one location. They are not faking their GPS. The phone with the account is at the difference with spoofing. What I would say spoofing is the person playing on the phone is sat in London or on their phone playing, but their GPS is saying they're in San Francisco.
Yes,
that is spoofing.
So, okay.
If the phone that's playing is in the same area as you, I'd say that's not spoofing. That's friends account sharing,
which is against terms of service, but it isn't technically spoofing. Yes,
it is against TOS.
Yeah, but to me that doesn't make
spoofing.
any sense whatsoever. Because so you're telling me I can sit at home in London, but I can move my avatar to London, but I'm sat at home in bed playing with myself. I can do that. That's not spoofing. But if I put my avatar to France, that's
not what he said.
No. If you're faking your GPS location, even if you're sat at your home and you spoof 2 streets away, you fake your location. That is spoofing, certainly to my mind. If, for example, you said, Milo, can you log in and do my daily streak? I would wait the dedicated amount of time so you don't get soft banned and then log in. So there's no time delay. Your account is on the phone that I'm holding.
But it's not you. It's not you. That's my point with spoofing is, and trust me, I hear what you're saying. What you're saying is that you're not logging onto the app which has got the toggle, right? And you can type in coordinates and move here, there, and everywhere. Is that what we're saying, right?
Yes, faking your location. That's what we're talking about.
But that doesn't make any sense. If Milo's got his friend's account in his pocket who's away in Leeds for the weekend, that guy, whether it's on a fucking normal Pokemon GO app on an iPhone, he's in fucking Leeds. He's not in Ealing with Milo. So he's spoofing. How does your explanation make any sense whatsoever?
No, because like I said, the spoofing thing is utilizing third-party software to
and
fake
jump
your
to a
GPS
different
location.
location.
And that's
exactly,
GPS,
Echo. Yes,
and jumping to a different location using third-party software.
I know that, and that's what I've said to you about the app. Like I said, you download in settings, you log all to that. But what I'm trying to say is do you not, and this is what we're like as a community, do you not think it's hypocritical because I haven't got...
No.
So just
Not
because
from
I
what
haven't
I've
got the
said.
toggle on my phone, but yet you're playing for me and you're in France and I'm sat at home in London, but just...
No, because I'm still technically doing the walking with
So
your
Yeah, but
phone.
I'm not there.
Hold on,
What the
hold on.
fuck?
Breathe,
Yeah, but
breathe. Hold on. Listen. Technically speaking, on spoofing, and this is coming from someone who actually knows one of the developers of an app that does it. You have in spoofing apps, you can auto gift. You can auto berry dump. It will collect Pokemon for you. It will collect spins. It will walk. It will literally do everything. You can sit the phone down, turn on all of these features with a gotcha, and just walk the fuck away. It will do everything for you in whatever location you tell it to go. Now, if I say, fuck, I'm going to miss this raid hour, but Milo is going to be hardcore like he always fucking is, I know he could use the backup. Here, take my account, log in and do it. I'm not going to play all day.
No, and stop there, Are you and Echo Games YT, your account, are you at those gyms? Or is Milo got your account in his pocket and you're not there? Are you there? Yes or no?
Why are your panties in such a twist?
No.
I'm not there.
Listen, this is
Knickers.
This is yeah.
But listen, I wasn't arguing the fact of where the account is.
Milo, I prefer that though. I like that. Why are your panties in a twist? I like that. I'm going to use that. But no,
We'll
Echo.
put
By the
both.
way, I'm just trying to start up a conversation. Trust me. I know. Carry on.
You're starting up a friendly argument.
But
I
it's
love
good.
it.
This is what. But I just sorry. Just let me finish. I don't
No, go
understand
ahead.
how the fuck. And like I said, I want Ian and Mark to. How the fuck can anybody think that me sat at home, but me playing in Stad Park in Vienna? How is that spoofing? But yet, if Milo's got my phone in his pocket for a community day while I'm on holiday in Spain.
Sorry,
Milo's
my
head's
blood
gonna
is boiling with
explode.
this.
But I hear what you're saying, and I understand about the terms of service and the spoofing. But to me, it's all the same fucking shit. If you're not there, it's all under the same radar.
Technically, all against terms of service.
Let's find a middle ground. I've got a middle ground for you. Because you said sitting at home. No. If you were sitting on your ass at home and you gave your account to Milo because you were being lazy and didn't want to go out and play, I would call that spoofing. If you are in a situation where you legitimately cannot play, but you don't want to download a third-party app, you don't want to spoof, but you're not going to, fake call in sick for work so you can go fucking do raid hour and you have someone do it for you. No, I don't classify that as spoofing because you're not just sitting at home on your ass while someone else is playing for you, which is literally what a spoofing app does. You are incapacitated at work or a family emergency or, grocery shopping so your wife doesn't make you sleep on the fucking couch, whatever the excuse is.
Yeah.
That's not spoofing because that's someone. Does it violate terms of service because someone is doing you a favor by logging into your account? Yes. Do I feel it's counted as spoofing? No.
Do you know what? I think that because you guys have done it before and I have done it before, I think that you're making yourselves feel better by acting like it's not spoofing when the actual reality of it is forget all this terms of service, the fucking toggles in the corner, forget any of that fucking shit, forget all that shit. At the end of the day, if you are not standing there on your phone, spinning the stops and catching the Pokemon, you are not there. Whoever's got your fucking account, wherever it is in Australia, Canada, Isle of Wight. I don't give a shit where it is. You are not there, so you are spoofing. And I think the fact that
Milo is so fucking mad right now.
No, but it doesn't. But Milo, go on, mate. You can talk. But to me, it doesn't make any sense how you can protect the fact that playing for someone is not the same. Is completely different to just having the toggle in the corner of the phone. It's this. You're not there. It's the same thing.
Is third-party software being used if you play a mate's account? No, because that's the thing that triggers the fucking bans and stuff, is the third-party software.
But if we move past the triggering, thank you, Sue.
Unless Niantic just do some stupid stuff.
If we move past, sorry, Mark, just sorry, because if we move past and I apologise because that might be a part of your point, and I'm not dismissing it, but I'm confused as to where can we just remove the terms and service out the way? It's not like I don't give a shit.
My camera's moving.
I don't want to know about the terms of service. I don't want to know about this third-party app bollocks. We're talking about that I asked you 5 or 6 questions and you all said none of them are spoofing, when in reality, and by the way, I would agree with you, I'm not being a hypocrite, that I would agree with you, they all are not spoofing, but they are spoofing. And why are we wrapping up the fact that logging into someone's account that lives in America and you're in Australia, it's a way of spoofing.
Because I didn't modify my GPS.
Exactly.
That's where that's their definition of spoofing, is modifying your GPS. But I didn't. Someone just logged into my account in a different country. I didn't jump all the way over there from fucking Seattle, Washington. I was just like, hey, bruv, I don't have any way to log in today. You're going to be doing this raid hour. I had to. But
I would almost say the whole thing with playing someone else's account on a spare phone, that more falls under the bracket of multi-accounting, breaking the terms of service.
Exactly.
That is where that bracket falls. Spoofing is actually
modifying
faking your GPS location, like we say, modifying your GPS location.
Yeah.
I'm going to interject.
It is breaking
Yes,
TOS,
go on,
but in a different way.
I'm going to interject a little bit here, because I think, Ian, I'll let you speak, mate, if you want to speak as well. When I was answering the questions, I was answering them in a different, maybe with my other lenses on. Listening to what's been said afterwards, by definition, spoofing, let's fucking excuse all the terms and conditions shit and all that, because, that's them saying what they classify as spoofing. I would agree with you, Coops. If you're not physically in that location and someone is playing on your behalf, even if the other person is in that physical location with another phone, you're not there and you're benefiting by not being there. Someone's playing it for you. And I'm quite a black and white person. In my idea, spoofing, I get what you say, falsifying GPS location, that's fine. But also not being physically somewhere, but something that's been played which belongs to you is also another way of spoofing. You're not physically there playing it. You're not in that location with it.
Remote raids are spoofing then.
Yes.
Yeah. But they earn billions.
But this is what people were doing before. Niantic have it's almost like a middle ground. They've gone, well, do you know what? Let's make these remote raid passes, because remote raid passes are now cheaper than normal raid passes. Now when you look at the shop, you can't get your bundle of free normal raid passes anymore now. They're all individuals. So they're almost, that behaviour happens. Do you know what? If you're spoofing or not, you'll still be buying a pass and doing it. So that they're almost clouding that fact, what is spoofing or not. But, in answer to your question, yes, I agree. I've had a friend play an event for me. I wasn't there. So I've actually technically been spoofing. And I'd agree with that. And I feel very comfortable with saying that now. So,
Yeah, we all have. Yeah.
I played events for people in Asia and Chicago Go Fest. I've been an advocate.
Sorry, to wrap this up, Ian, what's your sort of segment on the last 5-10 minutes?
Bottom line, I feel fairly smug, with the exception of benefiting from maps. Never ever done any of the things you talked about. I've never had anyone play my account. No one's ever had my Google login ever. And if I haven't played, I haven't played. Boom.
There you go, mic drop. That was a lovely
way
way
to
to
I had to get
end
that in for you. The boom.
No. I approve.
No, but mate, that was a lovely way to end off the segment. For me, just to wrap it up, I just cannot wrap my head around how, you can think that one of your friends logging in for you in a completely different area to where you are and catching a hundo is not spoofing. But I just, but you know,
I never would, mate. I never would.
No, I know,
I don't
but
catch
it's just,
myself, I never would.
and I think it's such an interesting conversation. I really do, and boys, I appreciate you being honest. I appreciate Mark you being honest. But to me, you just, if you're not there, whether it's a third party app, whether there's a toggle in the right hand corner, whether it automatically sends GIFs, whether you do any of that, if you're not there, you're spoofing. And,
so then you agree that remote raids are spoofing?
No, because it's a part of the game. Of course they're not. What are you talking about?
That's literally doing the same damn thing. You are not at that gym. You are not at that raid. You are using a system that takes you from your location to a separate location to do a raid.
Echo, if you'd brought that up 2 years ago, I would have agreed. Bruv, it's a part of the game. What are you going on about? It's a feature of Pokemon Go is doing that. That's a feature. I don't understand what you're saying, bro. I love you, but I don't.
What Echo means is I think and Echo can speak for himself, I know, but because you're actually moving from one location, for example, me in the Midlands in the UK, to Echo's gym in Seattle, I'm technically teleporting over to Washington.
Yeah, no,
and you catch the Pokemon there.
Yeah, and you get the tag, you get the
yeah.
Yeah, but it's a sorry, I'm
part
just a
of
bit
the game, but it's technically comes under the definition we've been discussing.
Yeah, no, so I apologize.
That's the thing is Niantic. Here's the thing is where I say that it's spoofing is it was Niantic's way of capitalizing off spoofing because they know that spoofers can go anywhere they want with a regular battle pass. Players who don't spoof can't. So how do they incorporate that into the game without saying spoofing is legal and fine now? Remote raid passes. It's just a legal technicality for them. They found a loophole in their own system.
But I think it's kind of like what we've said is that it's a feature of the game now. And it's like what we've said is that if I remote to, let's say, Echo, I come and do a raid with you. I've done that before. It's me. It's. Do you know what I mean? It's me. It's me. I'm on.
But you're still sitting your ass on your couch, going somewhere else to do a raid.
Yeah, but it's a feature of the game, bro. I can't.
That they built off of the backbone of spoofing.
No.
We could go on about this all night, guys.
Yeah, you've no. The only reason why I say that you've lost me, and I mean it with love, is that it's like looking at a bag of crisps and going, "That's a bag of crisps." It's like I know it is. It's like remote raiding is spoofing, and I'm like, technically you are right. You're going to a gym, but it's a feature of the game, so I'm a bit lost.
Spoofing could be a feature of the game, but they don't want it to be because they say it goes against their line of the game, which is to go out and explore. They removed the stop distance, which made me stop exploring. They removed Incensed usefulness, which made me stop exploring. What the fuck does remote raiding make you explore? You sit at home and raid everywhere, the same you could do if you were just a spoofer.
Yeah, I agree.
Makes you explore your wallet.
Oh, mate. Nice way to end it off, Milo. Lovely way to end it off. I like that. But, listen, spoofing, it's got a lot of legs, right, boys? It's got a big conversation. It's a big conversation.
We should revisit this at some point, I'm sure.
Do you think?
Yeah.
We're going to get a lot of backlash from this episode, guys.
I'll be honest, I'll be shocked if people even get past all the sex jokes to the spoofing chat, to be completely honest. If people get 50 minutes in, I'll be shocked.
Facts.
If the episode's too long, I know which section I'm cutting out.
For real.
Oh, my God. Well, thanks for that, boys. And moving on to my least favourite segment. Some say if Niantic interns were good at maths, they'd say that 1 + 1 = 11. It's now time for Ask the Intern.
Ask the intern.
I've dug into the Incensed? Jesus Christ, what am I on about? I've dug into Niantic support, and I've got to say, unless people haven't bothered using it for the other titles that they also make, there seems to be a lot of issues on Wizards Unite at the moment, so that was sort of blocking my timeline. I'm going to start at the beginning. I'm going to mention the people because I think they deserve an opportunity to be featured in this as well. So Kira Whitehead has put, Niantic help, I haven't been able to access my Pokemon Go account for a few days now, and as a result, I've missed raid hour and my daily stamp rewards. Please help. To which Niantic support have gone, hi there, Kira. Make sure you enter the correct login credentials.
Is that it?
Is that it? Oh, man.
I was waiting for them to go, make sure you DM us all of your info and everything.
And the final one from straight out of Hopkins in capital letters, because that means you're really fucked off when it's in capital letters. Niantic help fix your game Why is it I'm hitting my charged move? It is charged 1.5 times, and my opponent can fire off 2 charged moves, and my Pokemon just sits there doing nothing.
Tap.
So we should go,
Tap.
we apologise for the trouble you experienced, trainer. Our team is fully aware of the issues with GBL, and we still haven't done anything about it yet. No, it doesn't say that. Charge attack button does not work when tapped during a battle. Take a look here. So they're aware of it, basically, but charge attacks aren't equal in GBL. But that isn't breaking anything breathtaking, is it, Coops? We've known about that for how many seasons now?
100. Thank you very much, Marky Boy. And now over to Echo. You can sing if you want, mate, for Shinies of the Week. Shinies of the Week.
All right, so I'd like to start out by saying I'm mad at everybody in Shinies of the Week. We're going to start off with Brian Hilst, Incensed Podcast. Just got done listening to episode 27 and caught this. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. Got a Glammeow. Now, I'm not mad because it's a Glammeow. I'm mad because it's a purple shiny. They're my favorite. Now, these next two, I'm just salty about. We have reviews from the tub, giggity, at Incensed Podcast. On Monday, I caught the perfect male while listening to the show. This morning was listening to something else when caught the perfect misses came through. 2 shundos of Heracross, male and female.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, the family completed, male and female,
Shundos
both
done.
shundos.
Were they both
bloody
shundos?
They are 1772 is
Because you remember last week you mentioned the Shundo Heracross, didn't you?
Mad. Yeah, the hundo. Yeah. Wow.
and then we have old man Mark himself, Masterful 27, loves
cut
a
this
cheeky
out.
back. Got shiny Heracross and 2 shiny Eevees.
Jeez.
Can't make that up.
Well, there you go, boys. GG's. Now, that was
Pog.
Shinies of the Week. Pog. Thank you very much, Echo. And before we go, anyone get a shiny? I'll be honest, I didn't even have the game up. Ian, Mark,
I
Milo,
didn't.
Echo. No.
What a surprise! You didn't have the game up.
Sue got 2 shinies according to the Patreon chat.
We know
Torchic and
Bidoof was
Bidoof.
one. Torchic as well. Damn.
On her shit incense. Seriously.
But yes, as always, the hosts got absolutely nothing. But before we do finish today's episode, we do want to say a massive thank you to our amazing Patreon members for being a part of the Incensed Podcast family, whether you're bronze, silver, or gold. And thank you so much to Echo, for joining us. That's the last one I'm going to do it. For joining us today again for some bants. Please do support us if you can by downloading or following the podcast on whichever platform you use. And if you could leave us a review or even a 5-star rating, I will make sure that Ian gives you a blowy. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Incensed Podcast. Good luck with all the new Galarian shiny Pokemon locked behind raids, and try not to spend too much money. Ciao for now.